Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another Jash Reads. And tonight we will be continuing with Animorphs number 4, The Message by K.A. Applegate. Woot woot! Yay! Last video of the day! Everyone, take in as much air as you can. I said again, we're going deep. We dove and swam almost straight down, down, leaving the bright barrier behind, away from the sun, away from the light, away from the air that we needed just as much as humans did. Ayaka located a school of fish ahead, just below us, but we weren't there to eat lunch. We swam through the fish and still we headed down, down until we could see the ocean floor beneath us. We leveled off and skimmed across the ocean floor like low-flying jets racing at treetop level, over waving fields of seaweed, through darting schools of fish, over jutting extrusions of rock encrusted by barnacles and home to 1,000 bizarre crabs and lobsters, and urchins and worms and snails. Ahead was a ridge, a sort of long, low hill. We sailed over it. I'm starting to feel like maybe taking a breath would be a good thing, Rachel said. How much farther? We all saw it at the same time. Saw it, yes, but could hardly believe it. I've become used to seeing impossible things. Aliens, spaceships, my own friends turning into animals. But this was just plain mind-boggling. It was round as a plate, a very large plate. From one side to the other, the diameter must have been half a mile. It was covered by a transparent dome, clear glass, or whatever it is the Andalites use for glass. And within the dome, protected from the crushing force of the water, was what looked very much like a park. A park in a plastic dome at the bottom of the ocean. There was grass, more blue than green, but it still looked like grass. There were trees like huge stems of broccoli, and other trees like orange and blue asparagus spears. At the center was a small lake, crystal clear blue water. From the water grew fantastic, transparent green crystals in shapes like eccentric snowflakes. Whoa, Marco said. Man, Jake commented. Is this what you expected, Cassie? Rachel asked me. I had dreams. I saw flashes of something, but this is unbelievable. I think that may be a hatch down there, Marco said. You see the part that sticks out? Let's try it, Jake said. I can't hold my breath much longer. We arced down toward a part of the glass dome that seemed different from the rest. As we got closer, we could really begin to feel the size of the dome. It was like approaching one of those huge stadiums where they play football, but even bigger. If you can imagine that. It's a hatch, Rachel reported. She was a little ahead of the rest of us. It's some kind of a glass door. On the other side, there's a little room, then another door that leads into the dome. There's a little red panel beside the outer door. Let's either try it or surface, Marco said urgently. The red panel. That's got to be the doorknob, Jake said. Here goes. Let's hope this works. He pressed his beak against the panel. Instantly, the outer door opened. We should try this one at a time. See if it's safe, Marco said. Not enough time, I said. My lungs were burning. I needed air. The four of us swam in through the outer door. There was a second red panel. I punched it with my beak and the door closed, sealing us into a small glass room. We could see out and up into the ocean all around us, but the side leading into the dome was opaque. I knew we'd end up in an aquarium sooner or later, Marco said. The water began to drain from the room, slowly, a little at a time. This opened an area of air at the top of the enclosure. I raised my blowhole and sucked in blessed oxygen. Okay, let's morph, Jake said. I had already started. By the time the enclosure was half drained, I could stand on my own human feet. We made it, Marcos said after his human mouth reformed. I don't know where we made it to, but we made it. The enclosure was empty now. The four of us stood there barefoot, dressed only in our soggy morphine outfits. There was one last red panel beside the door leading into the dome. Ready? Jake asked. As ready as I'll ever be, Marco said. Jake pressed it with his hand. The door slid open. I felt a wave of warm, incredibly fragrant air rush in. I caught a glimpse of, then a brilliant flash of light, and suddenly I was unconscious. And that is it. So, who is this lovely person that has knocked them all unconscious? You'll find out next chapter, which will air next week. Yay! Oh god. Anyways, I like the description of the dome ship, of at least the part of the dome ship that crashed onto Earth that the Andalite is in. Just making it go like, yeah, there's trees, but they're not really like our trees. And there's grass. You can tell it's grass, but it's not like our grass. So yeah. The first time we ever get to see any of the dome ship. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, goddamn, I was really hoping that we would get to see the new Andalite tonight, but hey, there's always next time where we'll finally meet this other Andalite. Yeah. So, if you want to talk about the chapter, you can comment down below. But remember, no major spoilers. I do not want any major spoilers for this series. Because I'm hoping that people will be brought into Animorphs via my videos. So, those of us who have read the entire series know there are a bunch of twists and turns that need to be experienced, for better or for worse, without prior knowledge that they're going to happen. So, if you do want to talk spoilers with me, and you're watching on the YouTubes, link in the description to my Tumblr Ask Box. And, go ahead away with spoilers, headcanons, and fan theories. I'd love to discuss it all there. And if you're a person who this is your initial step into the Animorphs universe, and you're like, where can I get a copy of Animorphs #4 The Message for myself? Well, if you're watching on the YouTubes, a link in the description. And if you're watching on my blog, link below the video, and you will see the link to where you can get your very own copy of Animorphs #4 The Message by K. Applegate. And let's see what else I can say. And if you watch this dramatic reading and for some reason you're like, hey, I would love it if Jashikins did dramatic reading of my own book or fanfic. If you are watching on the YouTube's link in the description, and if you are watching on my blog, link above, both links will take you to a blog post where I say what I do, what I don't do, and my prices. And if you're watching this on the YouTubes, like this video, subscribe to this channel. And if you're watching on my blog and watching on the desktop version of my blog, go to the sidebar thingamajig and use the follow by email option. Awesome. Whew. Watch. And real life Tagman. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be so tired after this. I'm just gonna like flop asleep like I'm just gonna sleep here. I'm just gonna sleep. So yeah. And sleepy and stuff. I'm not really that active right now. That's the reason why I am just like I need to stay up for just maybe an hour more. And let's go to this next segment, the hopeful wishes. The segment whereby I say some wishes and then I drink some. And you can join in two ways. The first way is you can send your own hopeful wish. Just comment down below, and next episode it will be read. And shit. Okay. And the second way you can participate is by drinking along with me. Drink your favorite alcohol, liquor, or whatever the fuck's lying around. And if you don't drink for whatever reason, drink tea like I am tonight. Water, orange juice. I was about to say vodka, but vodka is actually alcoholic. Little known fact. Okay. And no one submitted any helpful wish for this episode, so I will make up some of my own. I hope everyone is doing good both mentally and physically. None of you need to deal with any medical bullshit. Rev Resner is going to be in for a little bit of surgery, so hoping that he recovers quickly afterwards. I also hope that the 3 plants I have now live a very long life. I sort of like watering them. Now I got to every 3 days, unless they look thirsty. And yeah. And that's really it. I was just thinking about the plants. And I live in Florida, and it's hurricane season, so I was also getting distracted by going, I love my plants, I hope they live. Oh, let's see what will we do with them in a hurricane. And it's just, sorry, my mind just like divided into 5 different directions at once. And let's have a little drink. Okay, that's the little drink over. And next episode will be another episode of writing session where we will write, or at least start to write, the next chapter of Dracomorphs Part 1. And that will air on a Wednesday. Again, next episode will be writing session, and it will air on Wednesday. And until next video, goodbye.